Hey everyone, this is Nikachu, and I am here with my brother. We're playing Moonfolk in Modern. This thing has Chalice of the Void in the main, Blood Moon in the main. This is going to be so exciting. We're going to thank our sponsor, themanabase.com. If you want to learn from the conductor, go learn from Joey Hayes, his limited series, The Limited Train. So we have playable hand on the play. We're going to keep it. Probably going to do nothing on turn one, and we're probably going to slam this Chalice of the Void if our opponent lets it resolve. Or if it's relevant against our opponent's deck. And we are completely disguising what our deck is. Our opponent probably has no damn clue what he's up against. Or maybe he's looking me up online. Oh! Damn it! We need this on turn one. Uh-oh, nothing got played. So do I still play this thing?
Yes. Of course you do.
I think I play it on 0 because I really want to get all these other things out. So yeah, I'll play it. We're up against Affinity. I think we have pretty good game against Affinity too. So this is for Mox Opal that they neglected to play for whatever reason. We're gonna go with that. We're gonna play all the Lords. Playing all the Lords is our quickest route to victory against Affinity. It's too bad we don't have a 1-drop. We're gonna consider this our 1-drop. This person's called Lucky Online. Well, hopefully your luck ran out. Here's Steel Overseer.
You gotta tell Facebook to shut up.
There's Vault Scourge. So that could be a problem. And I'm actually really tempted to play this Aether Vial out. Because we are somewhat behind here, but we could catch up really quickly. On the other hand, I could just keep playing stuff. Or I could play Silvergill Adept, hope to draw a land. No, but we need to play the... I think we need to play the Lords. I'm not going to be greedy with Silvergill Adept. I've won a lot of tight games with just Lords. It's going to be difficult. Though this thing gains life every single turn. We do have Harbinger of the Tides in the deck, though. Hopefully that becomes relevant. This Chalice of the Void is not really doing very much here. Well, that does not make our life any easier either. This person's right. They are lucky online. We're going to be facing a lot of damage next turn. Still a bit choked on mana. Yeah, I know. Well, now I have to play the Silvergill Adept. I don't have a choice. I'm looking forward to games 2 and 3, though. I'm looking forward. Well, we got our island. Used that a little while ago. So if I attack into Arcbound Ravager, sad thing is that they've got a bunch of Starksteel Citadels that they can sack at the moment. I mean, he could just easily block Lord of Atlantis, sack 2 Darksteel Citadels, and he won't even care. So I will just pass the turn. But the clock is on. I feel the clock ticking. Very likely I will block this Arcbound Ravager with my Silvergill Adept next turn, if I get the option. Taps the Springleaf Drum. That is a sign of strength, as Patrick Chapin would say. Sign of strength. That definitely represented Galvanic Blast. Oh, well, okay, this person has everything. A slow start, but, you know, it still killed me.
How much is he swinging for?
A ton. Just a ton. It's going to be for just a bazillion. Actually, just can't do anything. I mean, he can win. I mean, I'll block the Ravager, but very likely he's just going to sack it to the... Well, I guess he doesn't need to sack it. It's just a real pickle, because even if I get a Harbinger of the Tides and I bounce the Vault Scourge, he can just equip the plating to the Signal Pest. It's like it doesn't do anything. Guess I can cancel this. Play Pluto Delta. We'll fetch for something. The life total is not relevant right now. I'm not sure what we're looking for. We're gonna dig. We're digging. Can't play that. We're gonna play it out. We're gonna force him to do something. We're gonna force him to turn everything sideways, but maybe he'll show me something that is relevant. I don't think it is, though. I mean, he's just playing a Galvanic Blast version of his Affinity deck. That's all there has to be said. It looks like it's time for Resignados. Alright. So fortunately, we do have the Hurkyl's Recalls on the sideboard. We do have those. That is going to be beautiful. And we have some Harbinger of the Tides as well. And we have Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt, not bad against Affinity. I think it's quite good. I think it's going to be quite useful. Quite lovely. Because Dismember is a bit awkward, because this life matters. Life matters a lot. Okay, so what do we do not want? On the play, we can keep 2... Well, we'll see what happens, but we'll keep 2 Chalice of the Voids. We're definitely going to take out all the Master Waves. This is a disaster. We want all the Hurkyl's Recalls. I definitely want the Harbinger of the Tides. That's a tempo swing. And I think I want the Bolts.
You smashed Affinity at Vancouver.
Yeah, that's right. Twice. I could take out a bunch of Blood Moons, but having just a few Blood Moons doesn't seem too bad. Or even one Blood Moon doesn't seem too bad. This seems legit. Do I need this much removal? I feel like bringing in the Tidebinders just for creatures. I'm going to take out the Dismember. I have Bolt, Hurkyl's Recall. I think that's enough. I think I need at least some threats. Tidebinder Mage will do. Right. And on the draw, I'll probably bring in the Dismembers and take out the Chalice of the Void. Let's go! I don't have many things to do on turn 1, but when I do, it will be great. It will be great. Hopefully we have a good showing against this deck. Against Affinity. We have a handful of cards, so I'll keep it.
It's entirely possible you could have been dealt nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Given how buggy this software is.
We have 2 Harbinger of the Tides and an Aether Vial, so this hand should end up being very good. I think this hand should end up being very good. The sad thing is we're going to be paying quite a bit of life here. That is going to be the downside to playing our 2-color deck. But on the other hand, we're going to get stuff going. Whoa, where's my Chalice on 0 now? Looks perfectly legit. That's good. Don't have to pay life. I'm going to start this party off with the Tidebinder Mage. And hopefully we can just tempo him out for the rest of the game. That'd be happy to do something like that. Look, Chalice on 0 would have done wonders. Where were these 0 draw? Like, you're not lucky online. You're just lucky with the draws. Just know how to draw good. Wow, already sacking things. What's up with this? Oh, okay, I get it. Another 0 draw. Another one. Just know how to draw properly. Gotcha. So we're going to take up the Aether Vial. That's not a bad draw. Oh, but I have to play it now. That is a problem. I have to play it now. Otherwise, later he can activate the Blink Moth Nexus and then poop. He can sacrifice it in response. So I do have to do this now.
Come on, Blood Moon.
Hey, that's great.
What are you gonna bolt?
Nothing at the moment. That doesn't look suspicious at all. Another Blink Moth Nexus. Oh, well, not a big deal, I don't think. It's like, I think our hand is good. So I can play Harbinger of the Tides pre-combat, try to bounce the Ravager with 2 counters on it. And then try to quamillion block this thing. So if I try to bounce, he tries to put everything over here. Then I try to bolt. In response, he can sack his whole board to make it live, but then I can Harbinger that thing next turn. I don't know where... Okay, so what's the best... We have very good options right now. We're in very good shape. What is the best option here? Another thing I can do is I can force this Ravager. So what I can do is just make it... I could just let the counters go on. He's going to sack it all to that Ravager. Oh, I see. I see what he's doing. Okay, that's the 3/3 anyway. This thing's going to get big anyway. 1, 2, 3 more artifacts on the board. So if I double block the Ravager, 1, 2, 3 to keep it alive. But then I try to bolt this thing, and then I can just bounce it on my next turn. But then I'll lose my board. So double block, sacks everything to save it. I bolt this thing. Okay, let's try this. Whatever. It's fine with me. That's how we're going to do it. This could be a lot worse. Going to damage? Okay. Go to damage. So where are these counters going? Going there? It's only 2 counters, so I think I'll be okay with that. Okay. It's cool with me. Every turn we'll bolt this thing, so it's annoying. We are drawing well with the Harbingers, that's for sure. So we are in incredibly good shape. We're going to attack for 3. We're going to have constant pressure every single turn. It's going to get bigger every single turn. Even against cranial plating, who cares? If he plays like land go, I may not even play one of these Harbingers because they're just worth so much in tempo. Just another Blinkmoth Nexus. No big deal. We are completely racing this.
Affinity is annoying.
I think I'm going to take this too. And then we might even Harbinger, bounce Ornithopter. Oh yeah, they do those things. Sure. Do I want to take 4? We played a land this turn, so I could bounce the Blinkmoth Nexus, attack for 8 next turn. Yeah, I could do that. Let's do that. Save ourselves some life. I'll take 2 from Ornithopter, no problem. Attack rate and hopefully have enough to win the game. I hope that's not greedy. I hope that's not greedy. We are up against a Galvanic Blast deck. Well, okay, well he's dead now. It's over, folks. It's over. Nothing to see here. Just Hurkyl's Recall in hand. That's all.
How big is an Ornithopter?
Huh?
How big is an Ornithopter?
Pretty big, it seems. Just doesn't look like it does very much.
Or is it like the size of a bird, or has it ever given a sense of scale?
Looks like a glider. Actually, it was once the size of a kite. It was once the size of like a giant helicopter. There's your sense of scale.
Right.
Alright, let's play this dance again. You gonna activate it again? You are. In that case, I'll play another Harbinger of the Tides.
No, you do not get to play cards.
Yeah, no. No cards for you. Well, that's unfortunate. It is, isn't it?
Luck's run out, hasn't it?
Yeah. Another Ornithopter. So I just have the win here, 9-11. Hopefully I draw Lord and I don't have to show them Hercules Recall. Honestly, I don't want to show them Hercules Recall. Is it worth it to just pass the turn?
No.
Just attack with everything, because he has a Blink Moth Nexus. I don't see how we can lose. Forget it. Let's Hercules Recall you. Because some Affinity lists play Spell Pierce, so by showing them Hercules Recall, it increases the chances they'll bring Spell Pierce in for game 3. On the other hand, I had a win right then and there on that turn, so I didn't really want to pass that up. So we're going to be on the draw. Probably I want these Dismembers now. Even though they're Dismembering, we'll take out the Chalice of the Void, because those things are useless. Could I use Blood Moon? Maybe we want... Do we want one Blood Moon? It turns all the lands into Artifact Mountains, but it deals with all the man lands. He could use red mana. I guess we'll just leave that as it is. Actually, the Blood Moon could be a Master of Waves. Whatever. We did it. This is our deck. I'm gonna mulligan this. This hand doesn't really have anything important. Oh, our opponent mulliganed. Yeah, I want to like, the hand looks reasonable. But against Affinity, we can get just crushed. He does stuff, turn 1 we do nothing. Not even...
What are you hoping to find?
If I had one more Lord, that'd be fine. If I had Aether Vial, that'd be fine. If I had Bolt, I don't even know what I would do with Bolt. This hand is close. And our opponent mulliganed, which makes it a little bit more likely that we should keep a hand like this. Okay, we'll keep it. But I'm really not thrilled with it. But I'm only keeping it because our opponent mulliganed. So they could have a really bad 6-card hand. I mean, they could have a bad 6-card hand. Their 6-card hand is going to be random, and it may not be good, and they may have to keep something that they're not happy with. Whereas
the card on the bottom.
That's some good news. They had beautiful. We got rewarded by keeping the 7-card hand. Here's the Aether Vial, and our opponent had nothing to do on turn 1. So the tide has turned in our favor. This is all very good news. Spire of Industry. Steel Overseer. Okay, that's fine. We do have the answer to that with the Harbinger of the Tides. Like, after it activates once, we'll bounce it at end of turn, and then it will be a long time before it gets reactivated again. And I don't see any reason to play anything except a Silver Gill Adept right now, seeing as we have so many of them. So from here, we do want to draw more Harbinger of the Tides, Lightning Bolts. The Spring Season is not mandatory, but it'd be nice. It would be nice to have, what's it called? Hercules Recall, of course. Oh, we really need Hercules Recall. Okay. So everything gets a counter. We're going to be under a lot of pressure.
Come on, Hercules Recall.
Good Spreading Seas, it's playable. Can he kill us next turn? I don't know, the counters can't move to Arcbound Ravager, so that's some good news. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the other hand, if I want the Spreading Seas again, I have to use it now before this thing becomes useless. I guess I'm just going to play Silver Gill Adept. Let's show another Silver Gill Adept. Let's keep drawing to things. But very likely I'm going to be playing Harbinger of the Tides this turn. Yeah, I have to do this now too. Or I could attack first. See how these block. Sack to make bigger. I put Lord of Atlantis. He has to sack again. It's not bad. Do I need the blocker on the ground? I don't think so. Nah, we'll just leave it on defense. He might sack this thing to Ravager. But I guess he doesn't. He knows it's valuable. I'll just pass the turn. And if we're lucky, we're going to block with 3 things on this Arcbound Ravager. I'd be totally cool with that. Now, he doesn't know that we don't have a removal spell in hand, but he could most definitely like dump everything onto the Ravager, put it on the Inkmoth Nexus, and then we're sort of dead. Oh no! Oh no! This is going to kill everything of ours. I didn't have a second Lord, so I couldn't play around it. Another Vault Scourge. On the other hand... Well, I mean, this is bad. But on the other hand, the Steel Overseer didn't come down, so doesn't mean immediate doom for us. So we can just still draw some sweet stuff. This is painful. This is very, very painful.
Silver Gill Adept, maybe you'll get Hurkyl's Recall.
Oh, we're going to play Silver Gill Adept no matter what. Hope we don't get the one of Blood Moon. That'd be terrible. So now what? Spreading Seas?
Draw a card. Thin out the deck.
I guess so.
He also shuts off one of his things.
Do you know what? I'm going to play Mass of the Pearl Trident instead. I want to threaten a block on the Ravager. Strong enough to make him sacrifice the Ravager. Yeah, I could actually just double block this Ravager with both Silver Gill Adept and Master of the Pearl Trident. Or I could try. Oh no, two Nexuses. That's 2 Nexes. This is not good. Whip Flare is a beating. On the plus side, our opponent's hand is empty. So that's some good news. Taking 4 in the air, 4 on the ground. Double block or not. Problem, if it just dies itself, it gets the triggers. So let's just do it like this, I guess. We have so many problems, and I don't even want to sack these fetch lands. Sacks the Ornithopter. I guess I'm okay with all this. Let's see, what if I try to dismember it now? Then he sacks everything. Okay, well, whatever. We're going to leave it like that. Okay, let's start thinning our deck. The cost of precious life. Truth be told, we're not out of it yet. It just looks terrible. It looks really, really, really bad. We're going to need to draw some action here. This is not action whatsoever. So now I have to use the Spreading Seas on a land that's not relevant. I guess the Glimmer Void. Because if I try to Spreading Seas the Inkmoth Nexus, he'll just sacrifice it to the Ravager. We need to draw cards.
Something awesome. We need something good. And by we, I mean you.
It's not quite awesome. Or not the awesome that we're looking for. Steel Overseer is going to be just disastrous. No matter what I do, the Steel Overseer is just going to make his decision really easy. I have to kill the Steel Overseer. But I don't know what I'm bluffing after that. I will try it. That's why Dismember is a little mediocre in this matchup. It's there's quite the price attached to it. And I have to pass the turn, I believe.
Violin the Ruggieri.
I can't. Ruggieri costs 3.
Oh, oops.
Truth be told, we would have a good game if it wasn't for the Whip Flare. We were just losing because of our opponent's sideboard cards. And we could, I mean, in theory, we can play around it if we have enough Lords in our hand. We didn't have the Lords in our hand in this game. Maybe we also could have played around it if we had, like, Curse Catcher or something. So we're just going to block this thing. I'm leaving the Vial untapped because I'm trying to bluff Harbinger of the Tides. He's seen it enough times that he is now terrified of it. Drew a card. What's it? What is this thing? That's Champion. Great. Now we need to go into, like, Hurkyl's Recall, into Hurkyl's Recall, into Hurkyl's Recall, into Hurkyl's Recall.
Except you only have 2.
No, I have 3.
Oh.
That is not going to do it. Should we play it out?
No. Affinity is annoying.
Screw you. Play it out. No, doing what? Forget it. I'm gonna kill myself. I'm just gonna kill myself.
Can you actually do that?
I can do that. We're gonna see this for the first time on Nikachu MTG. Seppuku or whatever it's called. And that's gonna be the manabase.com. Get dunked on instant replay. Lucky Online is lucky online. So, well, that's our matchup against Affinity. It's never a good matchup, and it looks like it didn't get any better with the red splash. I don't know. I would have to play this a few more times. The only thing I'm missing from this matchup is Curse Catcher. It'd be really nice to have more turn 1 plays. Turn 1 plays may help a lot and would help us counter things like the Whip Flare, for example. So, yeah, you know, we got that going for us, and we are packing the 4 Hurkyl's Recalls on the sideboard because I don't know what else to put in the sideboard. It feels like Blood Moon covers a lot of decks. It's pretty darn strong. So that's that against Affinity, our arch nemesis. Although I have to say, this isn't our worst matchup anymore. Lantern Control is our worst matchup. You know, at least we have sort of a game here. I'm going to thank our sponsor, themanabase.com. Thank you very much for making me a part of your daily routine, and thank you so much to all my patrons supporting me on Patreon. This has been Nikachu and his brother playing Moonfolk in Modern.